Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi, I'm John. This is Christy, my wife. Oh my. Hi, I'm John. This is
my lovely wife.
love my sorry. Hi, I'm John. This is Christy, my wife. We want to welcome you to our Facebook page. Rather than go into any kind of depth about who we are, we'd rather tell you about why we're here, what's on our hearts. I grew up as a Jew, traditionally celebrating all the feasts, going to synagogue on Saturdays with my family. My parents were Holocaust survivors, so there were things about my life, obviously, that weren't traditionally American. But nonetheless, being a Jew was important to my parents, actually more than it was for me, especially as I got a bit older. And once I got married, I completely lost any sense of my Jewish identity. Early in our marriage, Christy and I got born again in Boulder, Colorado, in a small home fellowship. And that's where the real dynamics of our story really started.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have Christy tell you about that, because it was so important, the way she honored my mom and dad, the way she attempted to bridge that gap of being a Gentile and coming into a Jewish household and all it meant in a negative way to be a Gentile. That she persevered, she loved especially my mom, spent so much time with her. And as a result, I really believe that God rewarded Christy with the treasures that are in his heart for us as a people, Jew and Gentile. So why don't you tell him?
Yeah, it was actually in 1975 at my first Passover Seder at John's family's house that I was asking a lot of questions, trying to honor them by looking like I was interested in what they believed. And it was the ceremony called, it's known as Yahatz, breaking the middle matzah, that Jesus surprised me and revealed himself to me in that ceremony. I went home that night shocked that he was in a Jewish ceremony, because I was a new believer and it hadn't really hit me yet that he was Jewish. And I asked him, well, if you're in that ceremony, where else are you? Are you in the other Jewish feasts? And he said, yeah, Christianity's Jewish. They're all about me. He extended an invitation to find him in the feasts. And so now, 45 years later, I'm still looking for him. I'm still finding him. It's still, he still wants to reveal himself in a fresh way. And what we want to invite you into is just our discoveries, the revelations we've had in doing the feasts over the years, the places we've found him. And the best part of the whole thing is that about 20 years in, I discovered that it was a divine love story. That the feasts in Leviticus 23 are the pattern of how he's going to come for his bride the first time and the second time. The spring feasts are the courtship and betrothal. The fall feasts are the wedding and the wedding feast. And it is exciting, and it's your story too. So we just want to share with you and invite you in to join us in this incredible journey of finding Jesus in the feasts. Thanks for coming.
I grew up in a pretty conservative Jewish home. Went to synagogue every
week.
Every
stinking week.
every
Saturday.
Hebrew school.
Yes, I've been walking in the biblical feast, trying to look for Jesus for 45 years, and I've encountered some amazing things. But it was all because I married a Jewish guy, John.
So here it goes.
Here it goes.
So I'm a bona fide Jewish guy.
DNA approved.
DNA approved. My parents escaped Germany in the late 30s, and they ended up in Shanghai for 9 years.
Which makes you almost Chinese.
Almost Chinese. I like Chinese food.